So if you handle the Sine Lesson B, you're going to be just fine with this one. And I apologize for the messed up copies here, but I'm working with what I got. So we're trying to find an angle. We have the hypotenuse, and it turns out the adjacent. How do I know that? Because if I'm standing here, this is my opposite. I always start with the opposite just to make sure. But I don't have that. This is my hypotenuse. It's the longest side. It's opposite the 90. That means this is the adjacent. So what I know is that the cosine of my unknown angle is equal to my adjacent, 650, over my hypotenuse, 732. And just like sine, there is an inverse cosine. So the angle is going to be the inverse cosine, or second cosine, of whatever 650 divided by 732 is. So on my calculator, I'm going to do this first. 650 divided by 732, get an answer. Then I'm going to hit my second button here. And I'm going to hit cosine, which looks like this guy here. And that gives it to me, 27.4 degrees. So theta, in this case, is 27.4 degrees. Let's try that a few more times so we get the hang of it. So here, don't have the opposite, so that's what tells me I need to use the cosine. So the cosine of the unknown angle is the adjacent side. Don't switch these up. If you're not sure, the longer side is always the hypotenuse. It's the adjacent side, 0.47, divided by the hypotenuse, 0.68, which means the angle is the inverse cosine of 0.47 divided by 0.68. And so on my calculator, try to squeeze that in, it's going to be 0.47 divided by 0.68, get an answer, and then do second cosine. That's 46.3. So this angle here is 46.3 degrees. Or at least it claims to be. Alright, so this copy is a little messed up. That's a 9. So I have adjacent, and 12.14 is a hypotenuse. So cosine of theta is 9.71 over 12.1, which means the angle is the inverse cosine of 9.71 over 12.1. We run through the same process. We break out our calculator, and we go clear out, and I go 9.71 divided by 12.1, get an answer, and now I'm going to do the second cosine of that, and it's 36.6. So this angle here is 36.6 degrees. So you should try this one on your own, and stop the video, try this one on your own, come back and see if you did it right. So we're going to have cosine of theta is equal to adjacent, 5.1, over hypotenuse, 11.5. The angle is going to be the inverse cosine of whatever that is. So I go 5.1 divided by 11.5, gets that, and then do second cosine, 63.7 degrees. There we go.